Alright guys, welcome back again, and today I'm doing my storyline of Los Santos theory. I suppose it's a theory, yeah. And first off, before I start, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's supported the other videos I've made. I think made like 4 or 5 up to now, and I've got a lot of great feedback in the comment section of that, so thank you for that. And thank you for the lack of rage for still believing that the Mount Chiliad mystery is still a thing. So that's also fantastic as well. Thank you very much for that. Now, what I want to also say is that this theory is, unlike the other theories, this theory is both reliant on my own beliefs and the input that I've seen on both the forums and videos. So when I get to sections where it's based on other information, I'll tell you that part, and that's mostly going to be the first part of the video. Now, as you can see on the board, I got my board back. As you can see on my board, I've got the past, GTA 5 and the future. Now, what I mean by this is, I think this is going to represent where GTA 5, the time when GTA 5 is set. And then you have obviously the past before that and the future of Los Santos. Now, what I'm going to say is majority of the stuff that I'm going to say for the past sections, so this area, is going to be both my own belief and input from videos, whereas the future is solely my belief. And the future will also be heavily reliant on the videos that I've done previous. So if you haven't seen them, please be sure to go and check out them. And yeah, so let's get into the video right now. Storyline of Los Santos essentially is exactly what it says. I believe that the Los Santos map tells a storyline across a timeline, except we're living in a single moment, and that is the GTA 5 represented right here. It has given us hints of both the past of the country and the future of the country. And let's start with the past. The fact that there is military equipment underneath the sea. There is tanks. If you look under the sea around the island, you've got tanks, you've got military vehicles, you've got other kind of submarine remnants and stuff like this, and they're all indicating that some form of military battle has gone down, but there's no real evidence of that in the game. Also, if you look up north in Paleto Bay area, you obviously have the crashed UFO. Now, I think this all ties in together. Now, this is the part where I said it's based on other information from other people. In 1942, as I have here, you have the Battle of Los Angeles. Now, essentially what this is, for anyone who doesn't know, the Battle of Los Angeles was actually an event during World War II where an unknown object appeared over Los Angeles, and because of the time of the World War II, America took this as an attack from the Japanese shortly after Pearl Harbor, I believe. And yes, it was shortly after Pearl Harbor. And so they sent out military tanks and jets and fighter planes to take this thing out of the sky. And every munition that they sent up, shot up there, just didn't hit it, and it didn't seem to do any damage to it. Now, obviously, Los Santos, Los Angeles, they're both based on the same place. Los Santos is based on Los Angeles. Now, it wouldn't be therefore so much of a stretch to say that what we're seeing around the island is remnants of a Battle of Los Santos, if you will. Now, there is also a mission in the game on the online called Battle of Los Santos. I'm pretty sure there is. And this could just be another subtle nod to this fact. Now, there are many people saying that what was tried to be shot at in the sky on 1942 was actually a UFO, and therefore they didn't bring it down because of the fact that nothing was brought down, and it's just weird that they sent up so much ammunition and nothing occurred of it. Now, let's say that in this timeline, however, or maybe it's hinting at that in our timeline, or both, that a UFO was the cause of the thing in the sky, and it was in fact shot down. This would explain why there is a crashed UFO in the sea. Now, another thing is it could be multiple UFOs that were shot down. One of which crashing into the sea, the other one crashing somewhere else on the island, and the one on the island is the one they go and get. because it wouldn't make sense to me that they'd go and get technology from the UFO crashed and not bring the whole thing back. So what I'm going to say is there was multiple UFOs that were shot down and they crashed, and one of them happened to crash in the sea. Now, that's obviously in this section of it, leading up to around here in our timeline, and my pen is starting to run out. But yeah, up to here in our timeline. Now, after this Battle of Los Santos has occurred, the UFOs have crashed, what happens now? And why does this link into the GTA 5 and Mount Chiliad mystery? Well, we know in the game, in GTA 5, we have UFOs all around the map. We have one above Sandy Shores, we have one above Mount Chiliad, we have one above Fort Secondo, and they all have one thing in common. They all hint that they are Earth-made UFOs. You have segregate and rearrange, you have the FIB logo on the sides of the others. And it seems that they are human-based technology. What if the UFOs that crashed during the Battle of Los Santos were in fact alien crafts that crash landed, and they used the technology to backtrack to create our own UFOs that we see in GTA 5? Hence why they have English writing and they have FIB written on the side of them, because they're not in fact alien spacecrafts, they are human-made spacecrafts backtracked from alien technology. So that fills in the gap to here. Oh, and there goes my pen. So about here, and I'm just going to try and get another pen, see if... Let's try a red, right. Yeah, that works. Okay, so what happens in this little area here? Now, there must be a specific reason that they have built the UFOs that we see in GTA 5. Now, it could be for surveillance, it could be for something else. I believe it links into the future that we see here, and it's the future that I have told in my previous videos, and that is the meteor theory. And what I believe has happened is at this point in time, Fort Secondo or the government or something like that have, or FIB could be one as well, that have noticed that a meteor is on its way to Earth. Now, the fact there is segregate and rearrange on the one above Fort Secondo, when you rearrange it, I think it said something along the lines of Easter egg located at, or something like that. I know it rearranged to spell something. Now that is most likely it. But if you think about segregate and rearrange, it is possible that you could think of it as segregating people and rearranging the world. Now, what does this mean? In the case of an apocalypse, you have to believe that the government will try and protect its people, but at the same time it will spend most of its time protecting the people that it sees as most valuable to the country's welfare. Now, in this case it would be the higher ranking officials, the richest, and the government people. So the UFOs could have been used as a way to harness the technology of the alien spacecrafts to lift themselves off the planet to protect themselves from an incoming meteor strike that we see in the future. Now, this would also explain Mount Chiliad, because you see the Mount Chiliad mystery, it has both the UFO and the jetpack leading off from it. But what does this mean? I think I hinted at this in the meteor theory, that the mural actually represents the UFO and the jetpack as things that humans have created. Now, if I show you a picture of Mount Chiliad mural right here, you have it so that the jetpack and the UFO are both coming off this incoming meteor hit, but they're not directly linked. Now, what I think this means is that the UFO and the jetpack were both created, hence why this line is here, to escape the incoming doom that the meteor would create. And now we get to GTA 5. Hence why we have the UFOs in the sky. But do we have a jetpack? Maybe, maybe not. The fact that we have the UFOs show that they've used the alien technology to backtrack it and get off the ground. But it doesn't necessarily mean we have a jetpack. It could mean they're in the development stages of building a jetpack, like the mural shows, but it doesn't necessarily mean we have it at this current point in time. If anything, it could show that in the future time, in another point in the future, we will then get the jetpack when the jetpack is completed. Now, right there. Okay. So what's the future event? The future event is the meteor impact that I've shown in my previous video. Now, I'm obviously not going to go into that because I've made 2 videos on that, part 1 and part 2, of what I think is going to happen, what the mural represents, and what I think is going to happen. But in terms of the storyline, what I think is going to happen is the meteor is going to hit the ground, and one of 2 things is going to happen. Either it's going to be catastrophic, and it's going to destroy the world. That one seems a bit more far-fetched to me. Or they're going to do something that prevents it from hitting, or it's going to not do as much damage, or something along these lines. I mean, we now have it on the PC edition and the next-gen consoles, so it is possible that they have more kind of power to expand the Easter eggs that they're doing. I very much doubt this will be able to be possible on the old-gen consoles, but you never know. Once again, guys, this is my storyline of Los Santos Theory. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you enjoyed it, please obviously feel free to tell me in the section that I'm wrong, that I'm insane and crazy. I've been told this many times before. Also, if you would like to leave a question in the comment section about what you think, what my opinions on our Mansion of Mystery, anything GTA 5, or just any questions to me, if you want, and I'll try and answer them in a future video. Once again, thank you for your support, and I hope to continue doing videos if you like them. Thank you very much.